Would you believe me if I said that I had just filmed an entire introduction and outro without the microphone? Of course you would. Well, this is the second time I'm seeing you today, but this is the first time you're seeing me. So hello and welcome to my very humble corner of YouTube land. Thank you for stopping by. Today we have a different kind of video in store. It was unexpectedly popularly requested. Using big words today. I put a poll on my Instagram. If you want to participate in these polls and choose what videos I do next, the link is in the description below. But I put out a poll asking what kind of videos you wanted to see this week. And I was sort of expecting it to be one of those reflective, like faux psychological, philosophical, like self-helpy kind of videos where I like paint something and have a voiceover. They're the kind of videos I watch. I thought I was normal. Turns out I'm not. Overwhelmingly, you guys requested a day in the life video. And actually, when I think about it, that makes sense because as much as I want to share my life, a lot of the times I'm so busy in my day-to-day life that I don't actually give you an accurate insight into what it is I do. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Maryellen and I make videos about creativity, balance and well-being and faith because as a freelance illustrator and writer who works from home, I'm really passionate about giving you the tools that I didn't have like 12 months ago to really find creative well-being in your life, to have the energy to make the stuff you want to make while also sustaining yourself financially and just feeling vibrant and feeling alive and feeling content with your life. So that's what I'm here to do. And today, I suppose, isn't directly doing that, but giving you an insight into my day-to-day life may help you on your journey of navigating this whole like freelance lifestyle or creative balance, like side hustle lifestyle. So without further ado, let's jump into it and be rudely awakened by an alarm interrupting our beautiful dream sequence. Yes, most of my days start pretty early. There are a few reasons for that. The first is that I'm just naturally a morning person, a type A personality. And the second is that if I don't book a workout session first thing in the morning, I just don't do it. And here is me getting pumped up and ready to go. Yes, this was me literally about 10 minutes after I had rolled out of bed. So you're all getting au natural from me today. Well, good morning everybody and welcome to a day in my life. Today it's currently 5:41 a.m. My voice is incredibly croaky, so excuse that. And I am on the way to the Pilates studio where I'm gonna sweat. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. But it is currently raining and freezing, so I guess today's going to be a bit of a cozy day in the life. Okay. So this place that I go to is pretty fancy. I never thought I would set foot in one of these places. Honestly, they kind of intimidate me. But I recently started using an app called ClassPass that gives me huge discounts on reformer Pilates and like more of the bougie exercise kind of things you can do. So if you're interested in that, I mean, I literally got this class more than half price. You can just check out the link below. This isn't sponsored, but if you do sign up via the link, you can get 30 days free. And I also get a couple of free credits to go to a class myself. So it's a win-win. And the best part is there's no lock-in contract and you can go to any gym anywhere. As a huge commitment phobe when it comes to exercise and gyms, it's perfect. I'm vlogging my day today.
Oh, not again.
So most mornings before Josh goes to work, we like to go out into the garden and just have a look at what's growing. This has been so rewarding for us, this hobby of gardening.
Look how crazy this is.
I know, it's crazy. It's amazing.
You should always do it from the bottom.
No, but it gets a bit too hot in there. There's not enough oxygen. You've got to leave it a little bit unzipped.
Oh yeah. They're growing.
Yeah, they are. They're
You have
loving
to show
it.
your viewers. Not just show nothing.
Excuse me, sir.
Like that, yeah. One on the right and the second on the left.
Yeah. Bye. Love you. Bye. Uh-oh. So some mornings Josh and I have breakfast together and take things a little bit slow, whereas other mornings he heads off early and I get cracking on housework. I like to put a load of laundry on first thing in the morning just because it's usually sunny before midday, but then often you get storms in the afternoon, so I like to get my clothes dry. And then I'll take a shower and get ready for the day. On an ideal day, the first thing I like to do is to make the bed. It's just this psychological thing. It's almost self-care for me. The sense of having accomplished something first thing just sets my mindset up for the day so well. And then I'll head out and have some breakfast. So at the moment I've been loving oats. I put them in a bowl with all kinds of nuts and seeds. I particularly like flax seeds and pumpkin seeds because they're great for like reproductive health, good source of protein and lots of vitamins. And I'll mash up a banana for sweetness. I don't like to use, usually I don't even use honey, but I don't like to use too much sweetness. And then I'll pop that in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes just to kind of liquefy together. You can also cook this on the stove, just that like mixture, or put it in the microwave. Both are good. But before I eat that, I will put together my morning tonic, I suppose you could call it. I mix in about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to a cup of water, and then I add in just a teaspoon, or not even quite that much, of colloidal minerals and some gut repair powder. And I mix this up, and it's meant to be good for replenishing minerals that we've lost through mass farming in the soil, also good for pH balance, and yeah, it's a bit of a probiotic, so it's a 3-in-1 concoction. Once I've done that, I will head into a journaling session and Bible study kind of a situation. So I really like to get my emotions out on the page and work through any mental barriers that I'm facing, either in my work life or my personal life, just to put that on the page and give it to God before I begin my day. So by 8 a.m, I'm usually heading into my little studio, and the first thing I do isn't emails, it's not client work, it's not administration tasks, it's art making. And most days, or I try to do it every day, but most days I will set aside 1 hour before I actually start my proper contract work to devote to things that I want to make rather than things that I have to make. And this has been really transformative. Some days it's art and painting like today, whereas other days it might be writing or Instagram content. And I found that this is actually a much more sustainable approach to art making. The old me used to think that you had to set aside hours and hours or even weeks at a time to paint a picture or write a story. But when you only set aside an hour a day, you're making much smaller increments of progress, but it's way more sustainable and actually a lot more enjoyable as well. But I feel like I should probably devote an entire video to this. So once I've done that, and usually I am leaving that very reluctantly, I'll open up my Notion and see what tasks I have to get done today. I've got a bit of a client CRM thing happening, and it helps me to devote my time effectively. So today I'm hoping to make progress on 3 different projects. One of them is a writing and illustration task, another is purely content writing, and another is purely illustration. I usually like to start my day with the more cognitively heavy tasks like writing, because that's when I'm most switched on. My body likes that best. So, thanks to you guys keeping me accountable, because my phone has been predisposed elsewhere. I haven't been able to scroll, I haven't been able to play Scrabble on my phone. It's my new thing. I need to stop. I've been so productive this morning. I have got a lot done, and I'm feeling proud of myself. So I need a break, and it's lunchtime. So let's go make some lunch. Lunchtime is usually the first time I get up from my desk to stretch and breathe and just kind of tidy the house a bit after a really intense work period. So at the moment I'm cleaning some carrots we grew in our garden. Actually, they get so covered in dirt. I was like, I have to get this done now. Then I decided I needed to make some more water. So in our household we actually distill our water, which makes it actually really tasty. Like, I so prefer the taste of distilled water, but it can be a bit labor intensive. So I try to make about a batch a day just to increase my water intake. And then for lunch, I usually like to have a veggie wrap, or in this case a vegan wrap because I'm using vegan cheese, and eat any kind of leftovers we have from previous nights that will go off otherwise. Between 11 and 1 o'clock is like the most beautiful time in my house. The sun streams through the window, especially in winter. So I love lying on the couch and reading a book and just taking my lunchtime slowly. I try to avoid screens during lunch because due to the nature of my work, I'm on a screen all day. So I opt for books, or even going for a walk, or just sitting. Then I'll do some little tasks to break up the day. So I might water the plants, or put the washing out, or sweep the floors. Just the little things that accumulate so I don't have to do it all at once later on. So once I've had a bit of a break, usually about an hour, sometimes a bit longer than that, depending on the intensity of my morning, I will usually head into some illustration tasks. So at the moment, I am working on finishing a children's book, and this has been such a fun project. I've been really challenged by developing a bit of a new illustration style and finding my own ways of doing things. So that's been so rewarding. But every day is different, so that's what I love about it. So I have well and truly finished my illustrations for the day. I am done. I finished a couple of spreads, which I'm really proud of. This project I've been working on for far too long, so I'm really trying to get it wrapped up in the next couple of weeks. So I finished 2 steps in 2 different projects today and made some good progress on a 3rd one. So that's 3 clients who should be happy, hopefully. So I'm going to take a walk because you can't see it. Yeah, you definitely can't see that. I'm going to film on my phone for the walk because I'm not going to take my big camera with me. But yeah, it's beautiful outside. It's a little bit chilly, so I'm going to wear a proper jumper. And yeah, let's finish off the day well. Secretly, but not so secretly, my favorite time of day to go for a walk is actually in the evening, because you can smell all of the different dinners starting to cook on the stove, and as the sun sets, the lights in the houses tend to brighten and it just feels so warm and cozy, and it puts me in a bit of a homely, snuggly mood to start the evening. So between the time I finish work, which is usually around 5 to 6, and when my husband gets home, he gets home between 6 and 7, I'll just do random stuff. Sometimes I continue to work on projects. Other times I'll make carrot juice or do some cooking or make dinner. Sometimes I'll make dinner before he gets home, and other times he likes to cook with me. He's actually a really good cook, so I'm very grateful for that. And then once dinner is prepared, we will usually sit down on the couch and watch a show that we enjoy. And then after we watch an episode or two, we're usually in bed by about 9:30. Call us crazy, but it's just what works for us. Early to sleep, early to rise, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I wasn't going to film every single aspect of my life. Obviously, there are some things I want to keep private, but it gives you a pretty good indication of what my day-to-day life is like. As much as this is like an average day, it's a little bit hard to describe what an average day looks like, because some days I'm working from like 6 a.m. till 8 p.m., just flat out trying to get deadlines over the line. Whereas other days I can go to the beach, or I might go out for coffee in the afternoon with a friend, or whatever it is. I'll be filming a video. They're very different kind of days to what you've just seen. Although I was filming my day during that day. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber and every single like I get fills me with this little happy feeling inside, and it just really motivates me to keep creating, keep on this journey of YouTube and everything it entails. Sending you all of my best wishes, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video next week, because I'm on a roll, baby. Yeah. Okay, bye.